Stuff on his deck. Good luck. He's a good sport. Yeah, there
it
is.
is. All right, on our left, we have Dan Jordan sporting the Don't Daze Me bro sleeves. Those are actually my favorite sleeves.
Somebody actually won a prize because they knew what kind of sleeves you got. You missed it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The guy's going to send me a message that he was the winner. So he won. I don't know what I'm going to give him yet, but it'll be a good prize. It'll be good.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right, so Dan is going to mulligan.
Sign Gerard's verdict, perhaps?
Nah, it'll be better than that.
Oh, wow. We're going big.
Yeah, we are, yeah. So, all right, so it looks like Dan's going to mulligan. You know, it's fine. A lot of people don't like mulliganing, but when you have Squadron Hawks and Stoneforge Mystic, and even like a card like Jace or Day of Judgment where you're going to get your card advantage back, it's fine to mulligan.
Yeah, Coldblade is one of those decks that's very resilient to mulligans.
Yeah. On the other hand, we have Michael Martin. So he's playing Rug. He's 5-0 with Rug.
Yeah, and his list looks good. He's playing a pretty stock list, besides the inclusion of the one Consecrated Sphinx. He also has one Oracle that sees play sometimes, doesn't see play at other times in the list. Michael Martin's name, both his first and last name, start with the same letter. That's got to help him here.
I missed that, but it sounded funny, so I'll do a delay laugh.
All right, nice. Well done. Thank you. I appreciate the support.
No problem, Jake. All right, so is Dan going to go to 5? What do you think?
No, he's keeping.
All right. We got a screen right here.
So,
we got turn 1 Mountain, turn 1 All right, so nothing's going on in the first couple of turns. Let's see if you got a Squadron Hawk. Oh, Stoneforge.
And
yep,
mana leak.
instant mana leak.
And he played that directly into the mana leak. It's like he knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean that's Dan knows, but I mean he had to do it, you know.
Sometimes you just got to run your card right into it.
Yeah. So it looks like Michael doesn't have a green mana, unless he's slow. I mean, I'm pretty sure no one slow rolls their mana anymore. But all right, he has a second Stoneforge, and he's probably gonna get the Feast and Famine. Yep.
Yep.
All right.
That makes sense here.
Nobody plays Body of Mine anymore. Kind of disappoints me. I like Body of Mine.
Yeah, it almost seems like Guard Gomazoa might have some FaceTime if people actually choose to play him.
Yeah, because there's no Body of Mine, so. All right, and then Dan also preordains. See, notice he went Stoneforge, then preordain because you don't want to shuffle away. Like, say if you want to go keep, you know what I'm saying? So it's just something basic. Figured I'd mention it. All right.
Good.
So right now he's going to go get Forest Island and play Jace. And he's going to bounce the... he's going to Brainstorm. All right. Yep. He's gonna, yeah, see, I thought he was going to bounce. It's weird. It's close.
It's like you soul read him.
I mean, originally I thought he was going to bounce, but then I thought Brainstorm would be better because you get value because he's going to play Jace now. See, it's like... I honestly didn't even see these guys' hands, but just like... Yeah. I think Gavin wrote an article how to play every single turn Callblade. All right, he got 2 Jaces. So now he's going to Brainstorm. And by him brainstorming, he's going to be up a card on Dan. Well, I mean, I guess technically they'll be even because he played a Stoneforge.
Well, he'll up a card because Dan Mulligan.
Oh, yeah, that is true. So, yeah, he will be up a card. Should have went with my initial read. All right, another Jace. Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. If it's like a Titan here or something.
Oracle's basically
or
like Jace,
yeah, that's
right?
insane. I think he might have a preordain in
That's
here.
what you're gonna have.
I think he has. Does he not have a preordain? I thought he did. Wow, he got an island off the top. Wow. Yeah, he didn't play land. You can play it. Yeah. Yo, flip the card. Flip the card. All right, he's just forgetting. Yep, getting a little too excited. Like that was pretty good. Sack
That's
land.
pretty exciting.
Yeah. Yo, look at this guy's lands. They're pretty cool. I think they're Mirage. That's pretty cool lands.
I like Mirage lands.
Yeah. So, I mean, Dan's in trouble. Straight up. I mean, wow, 3rd Jace? He's still in trouble, though. That Oracle's going to do a lot of work, especially with that sack land.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to get to a point where he's going to have, 10 lands in play. To Dan's, 5 lands.
Yeah,
so,
and Dan has dead cards in his deck.
Like Mana Leak, Spell Pierce, whatever. So
it's also hard because, once Martin has that type of mana advantage, his deck really has the ability to abuse it with cards like Avenger and things like that.
Yeah, definitely. Dan's a really smart kid. One time he was qualified for Worlds on Rating, and I told him, don't miss events because you're qualified in Rating. If you're good enough to qualify, you're good enough to qualify. You already did it. Don't worry. Play because that's what Magic's about playing, trying to be the best you could, having fun. So sitting out at events, it's just not fun.
Yeah.
So
I know a lot of people have missed out on a lot of Magic by trying to sit on that rating.
Yeah,
and then you end up not playing and not doing well because you haven't played Magic.
Exactly. All right, so Michael decided to sack because he didn't want to draw Bolt. You know, that was his thinking. He doesn't want to draw Bolt there. I might have saved it. I don't think Bolt is that bad here, but whatever, it's fine. Yeah, all right. So he flips over a land. So he's going to draw this land, and he instantly plays it. See, that was a mistake. He should not have instantly played it there, just in case that there's more lands on top.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then he also drops a Ravine. I mean, next turn he is going to get a Precursor Golem, and pretty sure there's no way for Dan to stop it counter Magic-wise with all this land in play. But Dan might actually have a Gideon in his hand.
He does have a Gideon. He also has a Day.
Yeah.
So right now, what he can do is he can Gideon and kill the Oracle.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then he can Haymaker and Day the Precursor on for the next turn.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance Dan was thinking about a mana leak there, you know, from Michael, but Michael just has 2 lands in his hand, and he's making everybody attack Gideon. I don't really like that play.
Neither do I.
Yeah. Like, the reason why he did that was because if he kills the Oracle, then the guy could just activate Ravine and kill the Gideon. That's why he made that play. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe, like...
Well, it's fine, because now he's going to place Precursor. Now he just gets the Day.
Yeah, you're right. That play is good. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he even has the Ink Bomb to, like, block.
Yeah. That was definitely the right play by Dan.
Yeah. Go, Dan.
Yeah.
Well done. I appreciate watching the type play.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I mean, I like to think if I was playing, I would make the same play as Dan. Sometimes commentating, you know, you get a different view.
Yeah.
But, yeah, definitely a good play by Dan. He's going to... Okay, he wants to get in with a Sword of... yeah, he wants to get it... he's thinking about getting in with a Nexus for the Sword of Feast of Famine to give him 3 poison counters, but then he can't Day of Judgment because he would lose the Nexus. So it's I mean, honestly, like Dan is in great shape.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's in really strong shape.
Despite Michael really had like the card advantage in here.
He did. I thought Michael was gonna like take this game, but now it's all Dan. It's all Dan.
Yeah.
So yep. He hits him for 3 poison counters. Maybe he's not gonna Day of Judgment. Who knows? Maybe I'll hide behind Gideon for 1 more turn. Because I don't think Dan wants to lose his Nexus. I mean, you know. Maybe he does. Let's see. All right, so he days away. He loses the Nexus. I'm not. It's close either way. Then he has a Stoneforge, so he's gonna get a second Sword of Feast of Famine right now. He might get a Mortipod. I'm not too sure. Those are his only options. He does not have a Body in Mind.
I think a second Sword.
Yeah, probably, right? Yeah.
Please report to the desk, top desk.
I mean, Mortipod like blocks the Ravine.
That's true. Mortipod is also another body for the sword you already have.
Exactly, because he knows that Bolt's on top of his deck from the Oracle.
Yeah.
So, Mortipod, probably right. I mean, he does have the Inkmoth Nexus for the sword, so he could, like, give him 5 poison counters. But either way, I mean, Dan is just in great shape. Yep, plays the Mortipod. And he also has a Colony now, just in case, you know, like another blocker or whatever.
It looks pretty locked up.
Yeah. So Dan Jordan, tight play. I mean, Michael played pretty well, too, besides that one, you know, just playing the land immediately. But it just worked out that Dan, you know, is probably going to win. Ravine comes in again. He's going to get blocked this time. I think maybe Michael didn't realize that the guy had pro green. And he didn't even activate it twice. I think he might have had enough. I mean, it's irrelevant.
It's
irrelevant
at this point.
You know, both of them played pretty well. I was impressed by Dan's play. He mulliganed, didn't matter. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you have triple Jace. Because he did have triple Jace, I think, that game. So it's all good. I think his opponent had double Jace. Double Jace, yeah. And Oracle. Oracle's kind of like a Jace.
It's basically a Jace.
Yeah. So looks like Dan Jordan is going to bring in 2 Journey to Nowhere, 4 Flash Freeze. That's 6 cards. He's going to bring in 2 Jace Bellerin. That's 8 cards. He's going to bring in Oust. That's 9 cards.
Whoa.
He's going to bring in 9 cards.
That's a lot of cards.
We're not exactly too sure what he's going to take out.
Well, I think you take out Condemn for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's only 1 card, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Tumble Magnet?
That's 2 cards.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the counter spells.
Reaching deep here. Come on.
I'm pretty sure. Honestly, I think I wouldn't be surprised if Dan just takes out all his counter spells. Like the spell pierces aren't good versus him, I don't think.
Yeah, they're
Right?
like really good in your opening hand and really bad afterward. Right?
Yeah, and especially when like that guy's gonna out mana him anyway. Like those mana leaks would have been like dead cards too. Like whatever. Take out all your take off 3 mana leaks. Take out your 3 spell pierces. Whatever. Yeah. And on the other hand, Michael Martin over here, he is going to bring in 2 Tumble Magnets. Do you think Dan knows he's going to bring in Tumble Magnets, knows that he's going to leave in his precursor golems, and maybe like sideboard in Divine Offering or something, or no?
That's reasonable.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, it wouldn't overly surprise me.
Yeah, so
the other thing is that Dan has like a lot of cards he wants
he
to
does,
bring in, and
yeah.
I'm not sure how much he has that he can really take out. So
yeah, so Michael's going to bring in 2 Tumble Magnets. He's going to bring in 2 Nature's Claim, just because the sword is really good against them. And maybe he might. Yeah, I think he's going to switch the 2 Infernal Titans for 2 Frost Titans.
really,
I think, like, the thing is, it's like sure, if Dan has down, 2 or 3 Hawks, Infernal Titan's gonna be insane there. But like, say if Dan has like a Colonnade or an Ikmok Nexus or even like a Sun Titan, Frost Titan just is like better value there,
it's true.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens after board. You'll see what cards he has. No one knows who's gonna sideboard what, which, when, where, why,
Yeah.
But
It's a
whatever.
gigantic mystery for all of us.
Yeah, well, Dan's up a game. If he takes down one more game, he's going to be 6-0. Only 9 rounds. So 7-0.
Pretty good.
7-0-2 is gonna make it in. So Dan is possibly 3 games away from top 80. So back-to-back top 80s. I mean, that's what happens when you're playing the same deck, you're playing well, and you have buys. I mean, you only have 1 buy for this one, but it still helps,
Yeah.
So try to come to these events, get as many buys as you could.
If he wins again, he might have 2.
Yeah, if he wins again, I'll probably have 2 buys. It probably could get interesting towards the end of this season, where like a lot of the good players will have 2 buys. I might get, something like that might happen where, you'll see a lot of the good players like, battling it out because they all have buys, and, maybe less of these players will make it because they'll be colliding. Like Randy Buehler once said this, at like a 14-round Pro Tour, you'll see maybe a better top 8 than a 16-round Pro Tour or an 18-round Pro Tour like Worlds, because the better players will start to play each other.
Yeah, knock each other out. Now, I'm pretty interested here just to see the sideboard lines. I think Dan's list looks pretty streamlined. I like it a lot.
I like Dan Jordan's list too. And you know what I like even more?
Dan Jordan?
Chipotle.
Oh, yeah.
But Dan
Chipotle's
Jordan was,
delicious.
probably on
Okay.
the list somewhere. All right.
Michael Martin leads with a 2 Lotus Cobra.
Yep.
And,
Dan has no answer.
Yeah.
So I think he might have Mana Leak in his hand, though. At least he's repping a Mana Leak. Otherwise, I mean, if you don't have Mana Leak here, but you have a Hawk, do you just, like, bluff? Because if they just drop, like, a Jace on you, this is pretty bad.
yeah.
So he plays a Tarn, produces no mana, because he immediately attacks. So you guys are not going to play anything. I think 2 Mana Leaks on Michael's side.
Now, Dan's got to think for a bit here. It's pretty bad for him if he taps any land, because
Yeah.
he just gets Inferno Titaned in the face.
All right, now Michael drew a Jace, so he can play a. This is weird. Like, yeah, I think Michael misplayed his mana because he just drew a Jace, and that Razor could have came in last turn. Then this turn he could have went Tarn, produce a mana, play a Tarn, and then he could have went Jace with Mana Leak backup. If I'm correct, I might be just making this up, but I think everybody at home,
If
yeah.
he drew the Jace that turn, that's true.
I'm 90% sure he drew that Jace that turn.
Okay.
So I mean, it still looks good for Michael.
Hey, I would love to be in this position right now.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what Dan has up his sleeve here. All right, Dan plays a Preordain, and looks like Dan wants. Looks like he's got some lands and spells in his hand. Maybe he wants lands. I'm surprised I didn't see any Tectonic Edges yet. I don't think we saw any tech edges game 1 from Dan. I mean, he's playing 4, but probably at the bottom of his deck.
It's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah. So Cobra gets in, and Cobra gets condemned. See, like, you don't want to fight over a condemn, right?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. He has another mana leak in his hand. I felt like that one turn where those lands were switched, where he could have played. I could be wrong, but I don't know. So, well, it's turn 5 right now, and we'll see what Dan has going on.
All right, Dan's going to play Stoneforge, and Michael's got a Nature's Claim in his hand, so he's well prepared for whatever comes down here. Dan plays land and passes back to Michael, electing to not play his Mortar Pod. He instead would rather leave open Flash Freeze and Mana Leak. I like that play.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. Michael's pondering his options. And, all right, so...
It's nice. Now Dan gets to just pass the turn here, which is a pretty comfortable position.
Does Dan have a land? I see he has a Sun Titan. You don't no land?
No land.
So he's going to preordain for a land.
Yeah, his hand's pretty stacked otherwise, though. He has a lot of counter magic.
Yeah, I think Michael has a nature. I'm not sure of their hand. He does have a nature's claim, right? Like, this is so weird that Michael has such a good start, but I mean, I would like to. I don't know. It's what does Dan have? Dan has a Sun Titan.
He has multiple counter spells.
Yeah.
Some number of Flash Freeze and Mana Leak.
So upkeep, he's gonna bring the Mortar Pod into play, so he could kill the Cobra, so it doesn't get extra mana. But with the token on the stack, he kills the Mortar Pod.
Okay.
Yeah, because the Mortar Pod comes into play, then the Germ is supposed to go on it, but there's a couple of seconds where he could kill the Mortar Pod in the meantime. So Cobra should be swinging in now, because the Stoneforge Mystic is tapped. Like Michael does not want to tap out for Jace here. All right, maybe he's going to. Does he have another land? If he has another land, it's reasonable. If not, it's so he has 1 mana in his pool. Like, maybe he thinks Dan doesn't have a counter because he felt that. I don't know. This is. I think Michael puts Dan on not having a counter. Oh, here's Precursor Golem. Wow, but he had like, I don't know. This is so now he's gonna play the Sun Titan, right?
Yeah, I mean, you just slam it, right?
I mean, he has Sword too. So he's gonna go Sword, attack, discard, untap Sun Titan, leave open Mana Leak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he can leave open with Spell Pierce. This is I don't know. I'm not sure about.
Yeah, maybe you just pass.
Yeah, I think it might have been better for Michael not to tap out there. But I don't know. Dan played this game pretty well, and now he's in commanding position.
EDH number 3, and now stage. Brian Priest, your pod is waiting.
If Dan gets the turn back, he can really do some damage. He has the Sword and the Sun Titan, so he can get the Sun Titan in play, and then oof. Yeah. And this is all but over. We're going to see Dan drop the Sun Titan into play.
Yeah, definitely.
And
all right, so yeah, Dan's attack. Yeah, this is
this is
game.
Good.
Yeah. So Michael discards a Jace. So what turned out to be a really good draw, what looked to be a really good draw, turned out to be
not quite good enough. And again, we see the power of the Caw-Blade deck played by like a confident, strong player.
Yeah, I mean, Dan's really good, so he knows what's going on. All right, so it looks like Dan's going to be 6-0 with just 3 rounds to go. That actually rhymed. Dan's gonna be 6-0 with only 3 rounds to go. Michael Martin 5-1. Looks like he is having fun.
3 more rounds to go in the Swiss, and Michael only has to win 2 of this. Then he can draw in and make top 8, and that would be a wonderful happenstance date.
All right, for everybody out there, we will never rap again for you guys. Maybe we will, but
You never know.
yeah. All right,
Anything can happen.
So Dan Jordan.